about 10:30. I headed down there with Mum. We went around 8. We just had our favourite like little spot to go. So if you're new here, I live in a tourist town in Australia. So we are at our busiest over this kind of New Year period of the year, summer. And so we like to go early and we like to go to a quiet little beach, and it was just the most beautiful morning. We had this little section of beach that we always go to at this time of year, all to ourselves. It was sunny, the water was lovely. It was perfect. It was just such a nice way to start the day. If you walk like not even 5 minutes along, there's like the really touristy little beach where everyone goes, and there's a coffee cart there. So I walked down there, got us a coffee. Then a little bit of cloud came over after we'd been there for about an hour and a half. So we took Mason for a walk around the block. Like, it was just a really peak summery way to start the day. I just thought I'd bring you along for my day today. If you're new here, I'm Corinne. I'm 34, Australian, single, and I live alone with my dog, Mason. And I am a school teacher, so I'm currently on school holidays, on my summer break. And yeah, I thought I'd just spend the day with you. So I'm gonna go shower, clean the sand off of me, and then I've got a few jobs and bits and pieces that I need to do today. So let's get into it. I've just run into the library and picked up all the books I had on hold. I have set a goal for 2025 to read 50 books this year. I think it ended up being 54 that I read in 2024. And so I thought just keeping it around that same amount worked for me. So I, over the last 2 years, have just been absolutely like making the best use of my local library. I talk about it all the time, but if you're trying to save money, which is something that I'm always trying to do, like a lot of you have probably found me through my $50 grocery challenge videos. Like, I'm always looking for ways to save money. And as someone who reads about 50 books a year, if I was buying those books, which in the past I have done, I've like really bought all those books that I've read, I would be spending so much money. I've run out of room in my house to put them. So I am the library's biggest fan. So let me just quickly show you what I got. So what I do is I use the library's app, and when I go on Goodreads or I see people talking on social media or I hear a book that I want to read, I jump onto the library app and I just reserve the book. They don't always have them. They don't have every title, but they do pretty well. And you can also request them to buy things if there's something that you desperately want. But usually if you just wait a couple of months, they get in most things that are like popular. So these are the books that I've just picked up. Things Will Calm Down Soon. Zoe Foster Blake, huge Zoe Foster Blake fan. I've read most of her work. I enjoy her style. Keen to get into that one. Kristen Hanna, Four Winds. Last year I read her book The Women, and I just loved it. It was one of my favourite reads of 2024, so I thought I'd give another one of her books a turn. Starling House, Alex E. Harrow. Speaking of Goodreads, they have some challenges. They've really like updated their challenges that you can do on that app, and they have a whole heap of different like monthly challenges, or I think there's the ones that go over the year. I think the one that I picked this for runs for like 6 months or something, and then there's like different categories, and one of them is to read some of Goodreads' most popular, I don't know if it's science fiction or fantasy, something like that. Anyway, so this was a recommendation from Goodreads. It's Starling House. And then I am loving Dolly Alderton lately, so I also got Good Material by Dolly Alderton, which I am super, super keen to get into. I'm also currently listening to an audiobook through my Spotify membership. I am listening to The Third Gilmore Girl by Kelly Bishop and loving it. I really didn't know anything about Kelly Bishop apart from the fact that she's Emily from Gilmore Girls, and she's got a really interesting life and interesting story, and it's so cool. I love listening to audiobooks in the voice of the person who wrote the book. So that's what I'm listening to at the moment. And right now I'm going to head, and I've got a heap of like cans and plastic bottles I've been collecting for months and months and months. I'm going to head to the return and earn, where you put the cans in and you get your 5 cents for them, and tick that job off because that's just right near the library. So that's my next little task for the day. Got $6.20 back from the return and earn, so well worth the time and the trip and the collecting of the cans and bottles. And then I just ran into the little cafe that's here and got some prawn rice paper rolls. These are delicious. The sauce that they make, oh, so good. So I'm gonna go home and enjoy these, feeling a bit peckish. those rice paper rolls were mwah, chef's kiss. I watched some Below Deck while I ate my lunch. I love that show. So I was just watching season 11 of like the standard original, just Below Deck. I am now up to date. Like I've watched seasons 1 to 10 of that version of Below Deck, and now I'm watching season 11. I am eagerly awaiting the release of season 3 of Below Deck Down Under. Apparently that's coming out on like the 3rd of Feb. So I am so looking forward to that. I love me some super yacht reality TV. It's fabulous. But right now, I'm going to do some colouring. Yes, I have been absolutely 100% influenced by TikTok. I have gone the budget route in starting my alcohol marker colouring journey. I just got these on Temu, so I'm pretty sure this is a rip-off of the Coco Wyo book. There's just, a few inconsistencies in it that since getting it, I've realized that this is probably a rip-off version of the book. And then I got these, I got an 80 pack of alcohol markers. They're not Ooh Hoo Hoo or whatever, you know, that popular brand that everyone's buying. They're just, I can't even tell what that says. Touch, Nai, Diane, Kai. They're just a two-ended alcohol marker with a broad tip and a fine tip. They seem to work really well, like for an introduction to alcohol markers and not knowing if I was actually going to enjoy this kind of colouring. I think it was a good compromise. I'm really happy that I got the 80 colour set because it's a really good range and amount of colours to choose from. I'm still working on my very first page ever. I literally got this book. I think it arrived like 2 days ago. So what I've done is I've picked the picture that is the cover, because so if you're not on TikTok or you haven't seen the colouring trends, it's not about just like, you know, the colouring that we did at school. The trend with this kind of colouring is like really high level, thinking about the shadows and where the light hits and textures and trying to make really aesthetic, I guess they are, colouring ins. So for this one, I've copied the cover because on the cover you can see where the lamplight is hitting things and they've done like a yellow highlight. So I wanted to try and replicate that. I've gone for a different blanket pattern because I had seen some TikToks where they were trying like a flannelette style and I wanted to try that. So this page for me is really getting to know the markers, trying things out. It's quite enjoyable. I am actually really happy that I bought these, but I'd love now to just try and finish this page off. So it's not exactly like TikTok quality. Some of those colors on there are doing amazing things, but this was fun. It's kind of fun, like working out where to put the highlights and the shadows and things. And yes, I was copying the front to give me some inspiration, but I think I learned a lot from doing it that way. So I'm going to start a second page. It's such a toss-up. I love this little girl moments book. There's so many cute pages in here. I think I might do the flower shop just because I've seen it done so many times on TikTok and things, and it's just such a cute page that I've seen people really like make their own. So I think that's the one. I think that's my next choice. I am enjoying that colouring so much more than I thought I would. When I first got the pens and the book the other day, I did some like test colouring and it was atrocious. Like it looked like a 5-year-old had done it. And I was thinking, this is not going to be the hobby for me. Like what a waste of money. But I'm pretty happy with it. And he always has to like scratch or make noise when I start filming. And it's a pretty budget friendly activity too. Like that book has so many pages in it. I bought the cheapest budget option. So it's really something relaxing, calming. You would have noticed I had my little lap disc out. My sister got me that for, I think that might have been last Christmas or my birthday last year. And I use that like to sit in bed with my laptop sometimes, or it's perfect for that coloring on the couch when I've got the TV on. And yeah, it's just a really wholesome hobby. But right now, I think I might get started on one of those books that I picked up from the library. So I'm going to make myself a little iced coffee treat, go and sit at my outdoor setting and soak up the glorious summer weather. How bad is my grass? If you follow me on Instagram, you will know that this is like the bane of my existence. I love having the grass for Mason, but I hate that in summer it grows like wild. It just takes off. I just cannot keep up with it. I think my dad's going to come over in a couple of days and bring his whippersnapper or mower and just help me get it back down, because it's crazy. Mason's loving it. Mason's like eating it, chewing it, thinks it's great. But it does make it tricky for him to go to the bathroom, which is the whole point of having the grass. So I definitely need to get on top of it very soon. I read 50 pages of the book and I already know I'm going to love it. There's just something about the way that Zoe writes that's relatable, even if the character's life is nothing like mine. And this particular book it's a fiction book. It's like a story, but it's interwoven with the girl in the book is starting a business. And so obviously Zoe's drawn on her experience from starting Go-To Skincare and is weaving in like all this stuff about what it's like to start a business. And as someone who has had quite a few like hobby businesses and did have a go at starting a virtual assistant business, it's really interesting to read this book, and like the character in it is thinking about all of the things that you need to consider when you want to start a business. And yeah, it's very relatable, and I like that it's kind of got a realistic side to it, but in a real fiction story manner. So yeah, enjoying that already. But I think I'm going to keep the chill vibes going. Today is just a very relaxed day. I love that Mason and I got out early. We had that real summer beach time early on in the day, and now it's just about relaxing, enjoying my mortgage, enjoying my home. But I'm actually going to play The Sims for a bit. If anybody else is a Sims fan, please let me know, because it feels like such a dorky hobby, but I love like designing the houses and like trying to make these people have like the perfect life. I'm trying to make my characters like achieve all of their wishes and goals for their life. And my current sim that I have been playing with is like the biggest overachiever ever. And I've just moved her into a very fancy house that I'm currently working my way through furnishing her mansion. So I'm probably going to do that for an hour or so. Just chill, relax, enjoy having nowhere that I need to be and having the freedom and the time to just relax and chill out and do very little. It's fabulous. I love it. Fallen into a TikTok hole for about the last half hour, just watching videos of the wildfires in the Pacific Palisades over in LA. So much destruction and devastation, and yeah, just like so heartbreaking for everyone who's lost their homes. I was just watching some of Heidi and Spencer Pratt's videos. They've lost their homes. I just saw some about like Leighton Meester and Adam Brody. They've lost their home, and you know, countless people who aren't celebrities as well. But so sad. So much destruction. Just such a massive fire. And now I'm gonna go cook some dinner. Alrighty, for dinner tonight, I am going to make a chicken burger. I have had this for the last couple of nights. Just because I live alone and I needed to use the ingredients. I did buy the chicken patties in like a 6-pack, so I've put 2 of those, I've frozen 2 of those patties. I've got 1 left to eat tonight. I bought a 6-pack of buns. So what I've done is I've frozen them so that they stay fresh. So just hamburger buns, and then when I want to eat one, I just grab it out and then put it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then that will be perfect and stops me from having moldy bread all of the time. My little chicken schnitzel, my little patty, I actually already cooked it last night, so all I'm going to do with this is chuck it in the air fryer for 5 minutes just to heat it and crisp it up again. So I'll do a little bit of butter on the bowl. I like these smoky cheese slices. I pretty much only eat this cheese when I'm putting it on a chicken burger, but it's my favorite choice for chicken burgers. And I've got some baby spinach. That's my bread roll with defrosting. And I've got some beetroot. So that'll be all on the burger, and then I might just chuck some kimchi on the side, just because it's good for me and I love the taste of it.
Got the Tropicana fresh cut sushi on a platter, brandy, honey, it don't matter shots. Feel like drop, gonna be 24/7, golden hour like a boss. And they say, yo, guess you got a 2 o'clock appointment for a champagne shot, whoa, yeah. I'm busy trying to take it higher, got no time for never, only spending cheddar. Wish I could do this forever, chilling with the hottest company. They all wanna welcome me to their private penthouse suite. Yeah, now I got the key. Rooftop pool, got a heli on.
My battery is just about to die, so I'm going to leave you guys here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.